I'm Captain Christopher Garcia, your narrator for today's graduation ceremony. At this time, we would like to welcome all general officers, senior officers, command sergeants major, and distinguished guests. On behalf of Brigadier General Maurice O. Barnett and Command Sergeant Major Darrell E. Walls, thank you for your attendance today. Today's ceremony honors the successful completion of Advance Camp. The graduating unit for today is the 9th Regiment, the General Peter J. Shoemaker Regiment. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Cadet Chad Canada from Wheaton College. The color guard is comprised of cadets selected from the regiment. They are led by Cadet Michael Hudak from the University of Washington. Also participating in today's ceremony is the 1st Cavalry Division Band from Fort Hood, Texas, commanded by 1st Lieutenant Benjamin Alanis and Drum Major Sergeant Wilmer Borez. To your far left, you will see the Salute Battery, provided by Bravo Battery, Steel Squadron, 3rd Cavalry Regiment, 3rd Armored Corps from Fort Hood, Texas. They are led by 1st Lieutenant Jet Lucas Murphy and Staff Sergeant Jonathan Chavez. This ceremony marks the culmination of 36 days of rigorous and intensive training for these young men and women. For them, Advance Camp served as a test of their leadership abilities and potential to be an Army officer. They have emerged from this challenge confident in their ability to assume the tremendous responsibilities of being an Army officer. The cadets of the 9th Regiment are now formed in front of you. Each regiment has had the honor of having bestowed upon it a namesake. This namesake is in honor of a general officer whose values and accomplishments represent the best the Army has to offer. 9th Regiment has had the distinct privilege of honoring General Peter J. Shoemaker. Peter Jan Shoemaker graduated from the University of Wyoming in 1969 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Education Administration and commissioned as a 2nd Lieutenant in the Armor Branch. During his Army career, he commanded a squadron in the 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, served as the Operations Officer for the Joint Special Operations Command, and Assistant Division Commander for the 1st Cavalry Division. He served as the Commanding General for the Joint Special Operations Command and commanded the United States Army Special Operations Command. He retired in 2000, but returned to active duty in 2003 to serve as the Chief of Staff for the United States Army at the request of then Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld. General Shoemaker's awards include the Defense Distinguished Service Medal with 2 bronze oak leaf clusters, the Army Distinguished Service Medal with 2 bronze oak leaf clusters, the Defense Superior Service Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, the Legion of Merit with 2 oak leaf clusters, and the Bronze Star with oak leaf cluster. In honor of their completion of Advance Camp, the cadets from the General Peter J. Shoemaker Regiment will be receiving a 3-gun salute in the form of a cadet canonade. The commander of troops will now bring their units to attention and present arms. The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is the Deputy Commanding General, United States Army Pacific, Lieutenant General Joel B. Vowell. He is accompanied by the host and the Regimental Tactical Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Gerald Ferguson. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the rendering of honors to the reviewing officer and the invocation offered by Chaplain Captain Nathan Sims. Military personnel in uniform are reminded that a hand salute is warranted for the duration of the cannon salute.
I invite you to pray or reflect in your own tradition as I pray in mine. God, we come before you with grateful hearts for the 9th Regiment Cadets. We thank you for sustaining them in mind, body, and spirit through every obstacle. In times of mental and physical strain, you have renewed their endurance. In moments of doubt, you have given them hope. Even in the shadow of tragic loss that weighed heavily on our hearts, you gave us one another as comfort. During these weeks at CST, we praise you for the resilience you built in them. May you continue guiding their journey to become leaders of our nation. In your name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The colors are now being brought forward by the commander of troops. The flags present for today's ceremony are the national colors, the Army Field Flag, and the Cadet Command colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem and remain standing during the firing of the cadet cannonade. We ask that military personnel in uniform maintain their hand salute until the completion of the cadet cannonade. The United States Army ROTC Cadet Cannonade salutes the three pillars of our service to the nation. Duty, obedience, and disciplined performance despite difficulty or danger. Duty requires self-responsibility and selfless devotion. Honor, encompassing integrity and dedication. Honor is the thread which holds together the fabric of our Army. Country, for which men and women have given their lives. Our country shines as a light of freedom and dignity to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Order!
Cadet Creed was adopted to instill in Army cadets the values that are critical for successful performance. Cadet Mia Paz from the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley will now recite the Cadet Creed.
The Cadet Creed. I am an Army cadet. Soon I would take an oath and become an Army officer, committed to defending the values which make this nation great. Honor is my touchstone. I understand mission first and people always. I am the past, the spirit of those warriors who have made the final sacrifice. I am the present, the scholar and apprentice soldier enhancing my skills in the science of warfare and the art of leadership. But above all, I am the future warrior leader of the United States Army. May God give me the compassion and judgment to lead and the gallantry in battle to win. I will do my duty! Leadership excellence, sir.
The greater community of Fort Knox and our national and local service organizations are here to show their support to our future Army leaders. These cadets have demonstrated superior character and service throughout training and will be recognized for their efforts. We kindly ask family and friends to remain seated during the awards presentation. The awardees will be brought forward immediately following the ceremony for pictures. The AUSA Leadership Excellence Award is presented by Command Sergeant Major Retired Stephen Lake. This award is presented to the top cadet in each regiment as determined by a regimental cadre board. This award is presented to Cadet Andrew Howell from Liberty University. The First Command Financial Service Award is presented by Mr. Travis Hooser. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrates the leadership traits necessary to encourage teamwork, improve unit cohesion, and reinforce mission accomplishment. This award is presented to Cadet Nicholas Venker from Texas A&M University. The USAA Warrior Ethos Award is presented by Sergeant Major Retired Richard Villa. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrated the Army profession, ethic, and officership while exemplifying the warrior spirit. This award is presented to Cadet Lauren Graves from the University of California, Santa Barbara. The Armed Forces Bank Performance Award is presented by Captain Kyle Butler. This award is presented to the cadet that best demonstrates respect for other cultures and people by effectively utilizing the training scenarios to demonstrate their mastery of the cross-cultural competencies needed in complex environments. This award is presented to Cadet Paul Zajac from the University of San Diego. The Army National Guard Minuteman Award is presented by Colonel Brandy Williams. This award is presented to the Army National Guard cadet who demonstrates the most improvement in physical and mental preparedness for commissioning. This award is presented to Cadet Nathan Kim from the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. The Reserve Officers Organization of America Award is presented by Colonel Retired Cliff Bernstein. This award is given to the cadet that embodies the characteristics of a comprehensive soldier by demonstrating resilience and the lifelong pursuit of enhanced performance to cope with adversity in stressful situations and to thrive in life. This award is presented to Cadet Aaron Russell from Slippery Rock University. The Military Officers Association of America Award is presented by Mr. Ken Brockman. This award is given to the cadet that has demonstrated superior dedication to duty by accepting accountability for self and assigned unit through the employment of team members, all while implying the fundamentals of leadership. This award is presented to Cadet Maria Lentine from Michigan State University. The Military Order of the World Wars Award is also presented by Mr. Ken Brockman. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrates the ability to evaluate, analyze, apply, and understand experiences and capabilities to solve tactical problem sets. This award is presented to Cadet Dylan Barron from Purdue University. The Bold Leader Spirit Award is presented by Mr. Britton McDowell. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrates appropriate motivational techniques, inspirational leadership, and the spirit of a leader. This award is presented to Cadet Albin Levinta from Norwich University. The Strategic Resources Incorporated Award is presented by Mr. Cole Peters. This award is presented to the male and female cadet who achieved the overall highest score on the Army Fitness Test. This award is presented to Cadet Baylor Montgomery from Henderson State University. And Cadet Sophia Diaz from the University of Hawaii at Manoa. The United States Army Reserve Truman Citizen Soldier Award is presented by Brigadier General Sonia Powell. This award is presented to the Army Reserve cadet in each regiment that has distinguished themselves amongst their peers as a top performer and exemplifies outstanding leadership qualities. This award is presented to Cadet Jackson Fisher from the University of Nebraska, Omaha. The Mission POW MIA Award is presented by Captain Kyle Butler. This award is presented to the cadet who demonstrates character and courage through leadership, selflessness, and fortitude. This award is presented on behalf of all missing and unaccounted for Americans from all past conflicts. This award is presented to Cadet Derek Ellis from Michigan State University. The Recondo Award is presented to the cadets who displayed superior individual performance. Cadets must have met the Army standards for height and weight, earned at least 80 points or more in each of the Army Fitness Test events, successfully negotiated 8 out of 10 obstacles, scored a second class or higher on the hand grenade assault course, completed their 6-mile foot march in 90 minutes or less, scored 80% or higher on the written land navigation test, be a first-time go and navigate to at least 6 out of 7 land navigation points from both day and night land navigation combined, be a first-time go and qualify as a sharpshooter or higher on the basic rifle marksmanship pop-up range, receive a go or a pass for 80% of their warrior skills and tasks and all other evaluated events, and graduate in good standing. Cadets from the 9th Regiment awarded the Recondo badge have been annotated in your program with an asterisk by their name. At the completion of the ceremony, today's awardees will return to the field for individual congratulations and photo opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving our awardees a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, the Deputy Commanding General, United States Army Pacific, Lieutenant General Joel B. Vowell.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? Hey, cadets, I want you to execute this next command with precision, motivation, and enthusiasm. Are you ready? Rest. I didn't come 5,000 miles for any of you to pass out at my speech for the next 90 minutes. Cadre, leadership of the Cadet Command, I want to thank you for your leadership and passing on the torch to the next generation. Family, friends, thank you for coming. We didn't get to do this when I did this in 1990, back when it was snowing at Fort Riley, the July, summertime, 5 feet of snow both ways. We didn't have families and friends come see us off at our graduation, so this is very special. I am J.B. Vowell, the Deputy Commanding General from U.S. Army Pacific, and on behalf of General Ron Clark, it's my distinct privilege to be here today to talk to you a little bit about what the future holds for these great graduates who are in front of you. I have come from the knife edge of freedom to congratulate you. And what a beautiful morning. Reminds me, 35 years ago, as a young cadet, I had no idea what was in front of me. I was pretty bold, I was pretty cocky, and 34 years later, I might make a career out of this. But I see a lot of dads and moms in the audience, and so I want to leaven this up a little bit and start off in an unusual way with a dad joke. Here we go. I heard that SpaceX and NASA are cooperating on establishing a restaurant on the moon. Have you heard this? No? The plan is it's going to have some great food, but no atmosphere. All right. Back to seriousness. For the cadets, I commend you on your commitment to excellence. I hope you know more about your future than I did in 1990, and I know you do. The world is a better place. We train leadership in a better way to face the challenges of the 21st century that I didn't have to face. I faced a world where we won the Cold War. I faced a world where we weren't really sure what was going on, but we didn't have the aggregated threats like we do today. Right now, the President of the United States is en route to Alaska to have a meeting with President Putin, the leader of Russia, to try to find a path forward to end a brutal war in Ukraine, a war of choice. Right now in the Middle East, your friends, fellow soldiers, are in harm's way in ways you can't imagine. There are rockets and bullets flying. It just doesn't make the news a lot. And there's 2,000 U.S. soldiers between Iraq and Syria in the middle of the way, between Iran and Israel. Hard times. And where I come from, the People's Liberation Army, Chinese Communist Party, are on an insidious and incremental march to challenge the rules-based order and take over the region and take over the rules-based system that we all enjoy. So in 34 years, this is the most dangerous time I have seen, including my time as a military dependent in West Germany growing up in the 70s. This is what you face, and this is why we're going to need your leadership to carry us through. You're stepping into this, and we need you to be ready. So a couple thoughts about leadership. I'll spend a few minutes talking about it, and you've had enough, but you need to hear it from somebody who's been there for 34 years. Leadership is a contact sport. If you're not engaged with your troops face to face, you're doing it wrong. In this age of digital, virtual, and augmented and artificial intelligence, you still can't phone it in. You can't. You have to share the risk with your men and women. You have to be present. That matters. It carries the day every time. Number two, I need you to be tenacious and not contentious. I need you to be aggressive without burning bridges. We need bold leadership. You will solve the problems that you see first, where people like me at 50,000 feet don't see it that quickly. We need you to be decisive. Number three, and I know you got a lot of work in the last few weeks here on this, I need you to get along with and influence your peers. Your ability to work side by side as a teammate and a team builder will be decisive. People like me will weed you out if you're looking at you and trying to be an army of one. It's not. It's an army of you, plural. Remember that. I need you to be the moral compass of your organization, whatever it is. If you're a platoon leader, You will be alone one day. Nobody's looking over your shoulder. And discipline is defined by what you do when no one is there to provide you guidance. Responsibility and accountability. Your men and women will look to you at some point. If you're a nurse, an artillery officer, a chemo, infantry officer, it doesn't matter. You will be alone at one point, and they're going to look to you in difficult situations. You have to be grounded morally, ethically. Nothing illegal, immoral, unethical, or fattening. I think you have a bias for action. No one goes to the carnival to see a one-ball juggler. You better be able to do more than one job. We need you to do that. We need you to take care of your men and women while you're doing it. And finally, the Army is the decisive force that protects the sovereignty, the territory, and people, our allies, our partners, our own, across the globe. We are the backbone of the joint force. Those airplanes take off from land, they land back on land. Those ships, they take off from land, they come back to land. People tend to live on the land. Cities, governments tend to be on the land. That's what the Army is for. Seize, clear, secure, protect people and their way of life. Our adversaries need to know that we have you leading every day and causing them pause. You know what? Today's not the day, and tomorrow's not looking so good either. They have to know that you are disciplined. You have the initiative. You have a bias for action. They don't have that. You, with the freedom of thought to fight and win, knowing what the purpose is of the mission, not the task, not the details in paragraph 5, but the purpose of what you're there for, and carrying your men and women through the day. But first, I need all of you to graduate. I need you to finish your studies, get your degree, so you can earn your commission and go forth and do all these great things we absolutely need you to do. Now, I know and realize I'm the only person standing between you, your family, friends, and getting after it. So I want to say thank you, my congratulations to the cadets, and my congratulations to your efforts for what you have done and will do. My thanks and my best to you in your rendezvous with destiny. This will defend.
Regiment will perform the ceremonial pass and review. Please remember to stand and render honors to the nation as the colors pass. Now passing the reviewing stand is the 1st Cavalry Division Band from Fort Hood, Texas, commanded by 1st Lieutenant Benjamin Alanis and Drum Major Sergeant Wilmer Borez. Now passing the reviewing stand is the Commander of Troops for today's graduation, Cadet Chad Kanata from Wheaton College. Now passing the reviewing stand is Alpha Company, led by Cadet Jacob Tuberville from the University of South Carolina. Now passing the reviewing stand is Bravo Company, led by Cadet Jamie Castillo from Texas A&M University. Now passing the reviewing stand is the Color Guard, led by Cadet Michael Hudak from the University of Washington. Now passing the reviewing stand is Charlie Company, led by Cadet Ryan Sanders from Texas Christian University. Now passing the reviewing stand is Delta Company, led by Cadet Lucas Maurer from Virginia Military Institute. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song. The words can be found in your program.
Sir, this concludes the ceremony. Leadership excellence, sir!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 9th Regiment Cadet Summer Training 2025 graduation ceremony. Family and friends, please allow a few moments for your cadets to prepare for departure before joining them in the family area to the right side of the field. As a reminder, this ceremony can be viewed at youtube.com/Army ROTC. Photos for today's ceremony can be viewed at flickr.com/Army ROTC. Thank you for attending. Leadership Excellence.